In Jamaica, there is a law called Limitations of Actions Act. The Limitations of Actions Act. Adverse possession. And what the law does is that it basically gives any Jamaican, any person who wants to squat on private land, 12 years to squat on private land, pay the taxes, and then claim the land as their own. However, when it comes to government land, the time limit is 60 years, not 12, 60. So basically, private owners who are not paying attention to their property, let's say they're abroad or whatever, can have their property squatted on. People can build structures on them, pay the taxes, and after 12 years, that land becomes theirs. However, when it comes to government land, they would have to squat on the land for 60 years and pay the taxes before they can claim it as their own. I, as an ordinary Jamaican, have always argued that this law, this Limitations of Actions Act, is geared solely to collect taxes, but it in essence creates criminality. So every person who knows that they can squat on a piece of land, particularly if the land is private land, believe they can squat on it long enough, and if they pay the taxes, the land becomes theirs. However, in most cases, they don't pay any taxes on the land, but they still claim it as theirs. And some, even though they're not supposed to put up permanent structures, they put up permanent structures. They build solid concrete homes on these lands. One of the things that I've argued is that this practice, this law should be repealed. It should be stopped. And after Hurricane Melissa, we've seen now where a lot of people who were on captured land are now claiming that they should have homes, or the homes that they have should be refurbished. No, they should not be rebuilt by anybody. And on that subject, it is not the government's role to build or rebuild homes for people who loses their homes. Those are for NGOs and private organizations to help them to do that. Government's job is not to build free homes to give to people. And as sad as that sounds, and as cold and callous as that may sound to some people who are endued with the inherent desire to have freeness and to receive freeness, that is not how it works anywhere. And so now, part of the rebuilding process must be to ensure that people are not allowed to squat or claim land that does not belong to them, land that they don't have titles for, land that they're not paying taxes on. No homes should be built for these people. Yeah, it is the government's role now to help them to find alternate accommodation if possible, but not to build homes and give to people. This is the only country where I see people sit on their backsides and expect that government is to give them free homes to live in. I don't see that happening. I don't know of any country, not communist China, not North Korea, nowhere where government builds homes and give to people for free. Yes, government should be in the business of building homes, low income and otherwise, for people, for the citizens, but they have to pay for it somehow. It can't be that government is building homes to give to people while people do not do for themselves. It is up to every single Jamaican to do for themselves. It's not the role of government. And so those of you who are on social media running your mouths about government not doing this, government not doing that, the government has a job to do now. And that is to ensure that what has been destroyed is replaced structurally, but not in the whole way, but done properly. And that is how this must be approached. So all the mouthpieces on social media making a jackass of themselves, that's how it has to be done. Government should not be in the building and of homes and giving them away for free, if that's what you expect to see happen. It's not going to happen. And while we are on it, we need legislation now to ensure that people who own homes, not people who have mortgages like from NHT and have to pay their mortgages, but anybody who's going to build, they must now purchase insurance on those homes, so that if and when there are natural disasters, they can have compensation to rebuild or to repair their homes. It's time for all this nonsense to stop. It's time for all this. Jamaicans love to talk about Singapore. Well, let's talk about Singapore for a second. Look at Singapore. I encourage anybody to look at Singapore and look at what the Singaporean people have done in one generation. One single generation, Singapore has turned its country from basically nothing to one of the most developed nations in the world. Let's look at them, and maybe we could change our tune.